I'm sitting outside the Churches Pavilion at the Royal Welsh Show at Llanelwydd, and I've just been privileged to be one of the signatories to an agreement which is aimed at providing chaplaincy across the Royal Welsh Show. You may wonder what chaplaincy has got to do with a huge event like this, but really it's quite simple. Chaplaincy helps people when they are under pressure. Chaplaincy is a route through which people can have confidential conversations, confidential support. And a huge number of people who are engaged in the rural life of Wales at the moment are under great pressure. There are three particular reasons for that. One is the beast from the east, the cold winter wind, which lasted for far longer than many of us expected, and that came at a very, very crucial time for many of our farmers, lambing time, and it put that back by a considerable period of time, causing stress and pressure and anxiety. Now I'm sitting outside on a sultry day, another one of those days when we've had no rain, and that has put back the growing of grass crops an enormous amount, which means that farmers, instead of feeding their cattle and other stock on the grass that's growing in the fields, are having to turn to the silage which they've collected and which they'd normally be using to feed their cattle and other stock throughout the winter. So there's a shortage of growing food. On everybody's mind, I think, also is of course the B word, Brexit. Farmers and others engaged in the rural community are really very, very anxious indeed about what the effects of Brexit are going to be. What effect is it going to have upon the financial support? Some would call it a subsidy, but the financial support which farmers receive from the European community, will that be replaced by financial support from elsewhere? So times of great uncertainty, times of great concern and anxiety for many engaged in rural life. So through this message, I'd like to urge you to do what you can to support our farmers and other rural industries. I've just been to an exhibition which has been put together by the Welsh Government, which has showcased a huge variety of produce prepared across Wales. There's the brochure just to prove that I'd been there. It's extraordinary, the range of foodstuffs and drinks that are produced here in Wales that we wouldn't really even associate with our nation. If you go to the Welsh Government website and look for @Food Drink in Wales, there I'm sure you'll find examples of the huge range of produce and manufactured foodstuffs and drinks that are available. So please, bearing in mind all the pressures that so many in our rural communities are under, do your best to support the local ones here in Wales.